What is up guys, Thunder Studios here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Leader Class Blitzwing. Blitzwing here is inspired by his G1 design based off the cartoon model, but it is more so going for that toy inspired look, which I don't really prefer. I always prefer the animation colors over the toy colors, but people have different preferences. I don't really like how deep the purple is. That's something they did fix on the new Studio Series version. It made it much lighter, and that looks way better in my opinion. But like, I know some of you guys will like this darker purple, and for that it looks really good. I also really like that head sculpt. It's not too boxy, but it's also like super accurate to the cartoon as well at the same time. And I really like all these paint decos on the chest. As you can see, there's like the yellow lines, the Decepticon insignia, there's like silver intakes with red arrows on them. And as you can see, it's like this really nice shiny silver paint. And it's also on the hip skirt, and also mostly the entire legs, which is really cool. And sadly there's nothing on the lower half, but as you can see, it is paint on these parts because mine has started to chip off slightly. It's not a big deal though. And yeah, there's a Decepticon symbol on the outside, but that's for the jet mode. As for his articulation, he's got a ball joint at the head. It's a little stiff on my copy, but it can look up really well. And there's also another hinge down at the bottom. It can rotate and tilt side to side, all the things that a ball joint can do. The arms, they are slightly limited, mainly due to the design, but when you pull it out that far, it has a little bit of give to it, but that's fine. They go up to that far. You lift up this hinge there, you go out to that far, bicep rotation, an elbow bend, and wrist rotation, and sort of a wrist hinge, but that's for the transformation. He also has a waist joint. If you lift up the hip skirts, the legs kick out to that far, only back to that far because of this hip skirt here, or like the back kibble, it's not on any hinge, so it just gets in the way. The legs go out to that far. There's a thigh rotation, which is a little stiff, the knee bend, which goes to that far, which is pretty decent, and an ankle tilt. And he also feels super solid in hand, like very heavy, and the plastic quality feels good. And he also has these massive heel spurs that kind of stop him from toppling over due to the massive, and I mean massive, backpack. It sticks out way too far. I guess that's what he's sort of like in the cartoon. And also, it's kind of impossible to not have a triple changer without a backpack, but I really wish they could have like slimmed it down or like compressed it a little more. But that doesn't really hinder the posing on this guy, because he can pull off some really good poses. And the other thing I don't really like is this hinge here. For the transformation, it covers up this gaping hole in the arm, but it just doesn't lock in anywhere, which is kind of annoying. Wish they could have like had like a little tab or something that could have locked in on, because when you're trying to pose him, it sort of comes loose, which is a little annoying, but that is fine. Size comparisons, the only figures I have really on hand right now is the Earthrise Optimus mold, and as you can see, Optimus is definitely taller. Blitzwing is definitely, I'd say, a Voyager scale leader, but like the amount of parts and budget and engineering that went into this guy, I'd say he's worth the leader price. I'll explain that at the end of the video when I give you my final thoughts. And he is a deluxe Calcitron, which is, I'd say, around deluxe height. He isn't too bad of a scale. As for Blitzwing's accessories, he comes with quite a lot, but I'd say that only a few of them are actually worth using. So the first two he comes with are these normal rings, or like guns, whatever. And as you saw in the intro, you can have him holding these, or they can store on his back. The second accessory is this sword, which is nicely detailed there and also painted in silver paint, which is something the new Studio Series one doesn't have, which is kind of unfortunate. And you can also store this on the back of the figure. And the only gripe I have is it's made with flexible plastic, so it can melt over time or like get warped out of the package. Luckily mine isn't that warped. It's just annoying, you know. I don't really like how it feels. As for the last two accessories are really bad ones. They are these like Hulk fists, Energon infused fists. I don't know what the box calls them, but like they're basically giant gloves for Blitzwing to hold. And on one of these, this part is really loose to come off. This one is just normal tolerances, but they can basically do nothing in either modes, and they're basically just a waste of parts, space, whatever. Instead of these, I really wish he came with like more guns, stuff like that, maybe another melee weapon or something like that, because this is literally just a waste of space. He doesn't use it at all, and I really don't know what they are for. Now with the accessories out of the way, let's move on to his transformation. Now the transformation to tank mode is basically just folding up the legs and using the backpack to cover the arms and legs, which is basically what it was in the cartoon and the original toy, but I would have liked it like some of the third-party figures out there, but this is a mainline leader class, and they did what they could, and the transformation isn't bad, it's just not really engaging or fun. It's just kind of boring and, you know, kind of generic. You could probably figure this out without instructions. As for the tank mode, it results in a decent looking tank. The only reason I say decent is because this massive jet cockpit is just sticking out in the front of the tank, and it makes it look really, really bad. I get that it was like that in the cartoon. It wasn't this bad. Come on. Like, it seemed like a really easy fix. You probably could have engineered some hinges to put this back and maybe some more panels to cover this up. I don't know, I'm not a toy designer, so I don't know fully, but I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that they did say they were going for the cartoon look, but still, I'm pretty sure the cartoon look in itself was accidental, because they got the original Blitzwing toy and the tank was rotated this way when it's meant to be rotated this way, so I don't know. And you can have this as an option, but it looks pretty weird. I do have to give props to like the little like design techie panels, whatever, on the side here, and on top it actually looks like a proper hatch, and I really like that. It looks like a proper tank, apart from the purple and the gaps. But yet again, this is a children's toy, and that you can't really blame it that much. But what I can blame it for is there's no blast effect compatibility in the turret, which really sucks, because that's a really fun gimmick, and you can add to display them more dynamically. And you know, they've stopped including them in recent figures for some reason, which I don't really like. As for the turret's rotation, it rotates very cleanly in the middle, which some modern figures can't do, and the turret sort of goes up on a semi-ratchet hinge. You can sort of fudge it in the middle, but yeah, that's basically it. I really wish they hadn't put like this ratchet there. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to pose it up, but whatever. Overall, this tank mode isn't bad, it's just has some quite glaring obvious issues that should have been fixed for something like this. And you can also store the accessories on tank mode as well. Let's move on to the transformation to the jet mode. Now the transformation to jet was, I'd say about the same, a little less enjoyable than the tank mode. It's just kind of boring and like predictable, and the way everything goes, it's just not really enjoyable to do. The tank mode transformation was much more enjoyable than that, and I really didn't like that much. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fine, but like not the best transformation I have seen. That results in a really, really bad and ugly looking jet mode. Like, from the top, it doesn't look bad. Like, it looks pretty accurate, but when you turn to the side, like, what is that? That's just a complete mess of undercarriage. Like, I get that all Transformers that turn into a jet have to have some sort of kibble, but really not this bad. Like, especially from the side, I really, really wish they could have made a way to like sort of condense these a little bit, like to make it smaller. And also, you can't even get the landing gear up straight. It's like it tilts down forward a little, which is slightly annoying, but not that big of a deal compared to the rest of it. Also, I do find it a little odd how there's two cockpits there. That's a little irritating, and just the way that the entire thing juts out, which can't be helped on a jet transformer. But I really wish they could have done something better, especially considering what they did do with the Siege Astro Train. That was a really, really good figure, and I do have the Galaxy Shuttle, so I am hoping to review that. Yeah, I really wish they could have done something similar like with that. I'd say a really good mode and a decent mode and a really bad alt mode isn't too bad. in fares for a triple changer. Every triple changer does have to have an alt mode that is somewhat compromised, and this was very compromised. So I don't know. It does have some nice paint details on the wings here, which do fold out, and also the Decepticon insignias there, which isn't too bad, and you can also see the intakes there, which I think they're intakes, but I don't know. Accessory storage, the sword tabs there, and the guns go on the side, which the guns I'm fine with, but the sword is just there. I would have preferred if it was like tabbed up here or something. And these, I can't figure out where they go. I'm sure it says in the instructions, but they are packed away and I can't be bothered to get them, so they're just off to the side now. So yeah, let's get Blitzwing transformed back up and I'll give you my final thoughts. There we have Legacy Blitzwing back up in robot mode, and it's not all bad. I do like some aspects to it, and it's really fun, and I really love the robot mode, to be honest. There are some issues I do have, like these panels on legs don't really like to tab in, and some of the parts, especially the nose cone, was a little hard getting out without a tool. Now overall it's not bad, and also you could probably find this for a decent price considering the new Studio Series 1 came out, the Dramatic Capture Series 1 came out, and they're all marginally better in deco and paint wise, unless you prefer the toy for some reason. Yeah, and also this guy got re-released multiple times in Legacy and also in Legacy Evolution, so you can probably find one still sealed, brand new box for a decent price. And if you do, I'd say go for it, unless you do want the Studio Series 1. It's up to you whether to get this figure or not. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's not bad, but I do find it fun personally, but like objectively, it's not the best. Well, that's going to be it for my review today of the Legacy Blitzwing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what figure you want me to review next. Peace.